Is your nest feeling a little bit empty these days? Perhaps you've got more space than you're using, or your house doesn't currently meet your needs. If downsizing is on your radar, don't miss this, because I've got some major factors you've got to consider. When it's time to downsize, that can sometimes be an emotional decision, and there are some major factors that you want to consider when it's time to make that move. My hope is that today I can give you some clarity and help remove a little bit of the emotion from that choice so you can make an informed decision that you feel good about. And that first consideration is proximity. When downsizing from your current home, you have to ask yourself, are you going to be staying where you currently are, or are you looking for a closer proximity to family members or friends? That factor plays an important role in where you're going to be moving to next. If that means you're moving to a different city or perhaps even a different state, you want to make sure you do a lot of research in that area and perhaps even go and take a vacation in that spot for an extended amount of time to really see if you like it before you make any major decisions. The second thing that I want you to consider is cost. Particularly if you've been in a property for a really long time, you may have even paid your house off or have certain fixed costs with taxes or your mortgage. Moving to a new place could considerably change what those costs are. So make sure you're doing your research, talking with your financial advisor and realtor so that you know very clearly what you're headed into and to make sure you've got the proper budget in place. Some cost factors to consider could be very simply just cost of living, and is it different from where you are now? Are you moving from a rural area to a bigger city where things just cost more? Other things to research and consider would be property taxes, HOA fees, condo fees, and any other unexpected expenses for where you're going to move. The third thing to consider is lifestyle. What are things that you enjoy doing now that you want to continue to do? And if you're thinking ahead into the future as maybe your lifestyle changes, is the place you're moving going to be able to adapt to that? For example, if you love to take long walks or play tennis or pickleball and like to be outside, make sure you're moving to a location that has the appropriate climate and the amenities that you love. Or if you love just being around other people your age, you may not wish to move into a town or a neighborhood that's full of young families. Maybe you want to look at a 55 and up community. Or just the opposite, if you like to be around kids and you love trick-or-treaters, a 55 and up community may not be the right fit for you. So what do you love to do? What do you anticipate wanting to do in the future? Make sure you're factoring that in when you make your move. The fourth and final factor is length. Lots of ways that could be interpreted, but what I mean is the length of time that you're going to be living in this next property. Is this the kind of property that can grow and change with you as your needs change? As you become older, is there the ability for a nurse to come in? If you have stairs or steps getting in the front door, can you adapt that so it can become accessible? Think about the things in the future that you're going to need. Even something as simple as grab bars in the shower or perhaps higher toilets. Those are all the things you want to consider in your next house to make sure you can really enjoy it for as long as possible. Oftentimes when you're faced with an emotional decision like selling a house you've lived in for 30 plus years, it can be helpful to try to just extricate yourself from that emotion and think logically about what you really need. Don't be afraid to write down pros and cons on a piece of paper or go through these 4 factors and figure out what you really need, because that's going to help you make the best choice in this downsizing phase of life. And when it comes to choices, choosing your next home when you're downsizing is a really important decision. So be sure to check out my next video on how to pick that next house when it's time to downsize. I'm Lindsey Johnson, your resource for all things real estate. See you next time.